the official community bank of your New York Jets. Now, here's Eric Allen and Eric Coleman.
Welcome to Inside the Jets. We're broadcasting live from a packed Vanderbilt Sports and Spirits inside the Wyndham Hamilton Park Hotel. We will later be joined by Jets outside linebacker Brandon Copeland, Eric Allen alongside Eric Coleman. Well, the Jets stepped up in class against the New England Patriots, and the Pats handed it to them. 33-0 on Monday Night Football.
I mean, disappointing is an understatement for that game. Just a fantastic showing by the Patriots. They did a great job of running their offense. Defensively, you know, the top defense in the league really showed the world why they are the top defense. And the Jets couldn't respond. They could never bounce back. Sam Darnold couldn't get into a groove, throwing 4 interceptions, running the ball, protecting the quarterback was an issue. The Jets had a problem with it yesterday.
Yeah, so many high hopes after the Jets won their first victory of the season. I mean, they took home their first victory of the season against the Dallas Cowboys the week before. Sam Darnold throwing for 338 yards and 2 touchdowns in that game, getting 7 different receivers the football. Robbie Anderson, 5 catches, 125 yards. Jamison Crowder, 6 catches, 98 yards. And Demaryius Thomas getting into the mix as well. But Darnold was unable to duplicate that rhythm as we saw it constantly against the Patriots. They were sending pressure, and the Jets were allowing free runners. And Darnold was never able to get comfortable in that pocket.
Yeah, I mean, New England did a great job of mixing up their pressures yesterday. You know, they're bringing safeties, bringing linebackers, dropping guys back into coverage. You know, it reminded me back in 06 when we played the Patriots. You know, there was a lot of defenses where we would have 11 men on the line of scrimmage. And whether we dropped back into zone or brought pressure, it confused Tom Brady. And that's difficult against a young offensive line to pick up. And New England found something wrong with the Jets' offensive line in their protection, and they just kept dialing it up until they got it fixed. And unfortunately for the Jets, they never fixed it.
Inside the Jets is presented by EY, building a better working world. Eric Allen and Eric Coleman here at Vanderbilt Sports and Spirits. Darnold, career high, 5 turnovers, 4 interceptions. 3 of them came in Patriots territory. Again, what is the answer when a team like New England is going to pressure you all day? Like Adam Gase said, no surprises. We knew they were coming, and a lot of times cover 0. You're used to be a defensive back in the National Football League. What does cover 0 mean offensively, and what is a counter?
Well, cover 0 means there's no help. There's man-to-man across the board. Everyone else who's not in coverage is blitzing. And so even if your man is, say your man is the running back, and I'm the linebacker, my man is a running back, he blocks, I'm adding in the blitz. So everyone's coming. It's a tough way to defend because you're always bringing one more than they can block. And that unblocked person, the responsibility falls on the quarterback to get the ball out quick. And to stop that, you have to use a lot of short screens. You have to do a lot of quick passes. You know, try to run some draws to get past the blitz because there is no second level when they blitz everyone. So, you know, the Jets were really never able to find the answer, find the solution for that blitz. And unfortunately, you know, it forced Sam Darnold to make some throws that he would that are out of his character.
Yeah, and then you hear offensive coordinators and play callers a lot of times say, identifying the mic points, especially against blitzes, because setting up all your protections. So what does that mean? What does the quarterback have to do when he gets to the line to tell his lineman who you're taking?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's tough. You know, you have to, that's where your film study comes in. That's where the tendencies of the other team come in. You know, identifying that mic is identifying the center of the blitz and telling your offensive line which way are we going to slide. And the Patriots understand all these rules. And so what they would do is line up some guys on offensive linemen. They would blitz them for a couple of steps and then drop them back into coverage. And that just caused all kind of confusion for the offensive line. That's how you get the free runners, because now all of a sudden I got this guy. He steps up a couple of steps and then he leaves. All right, now he's not blitzing. Someone else is blitzing and overloading, and now you have a free runner.
The Patriots are masters at breaking tendencies, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Every week, they are a chameleon. They change who they are depending on the opponent.
They do. They do a great job. Offensively, they do that especially. They're gonna look at your film, your last 4 games, and see how you got beat. What plays did you get beat on touchdowns or big plays? And they're going to install those plays into their offense. And so it makes it tough to prepare for. And what you have to do is go over all the mistakes you made and correct them and talk through them and understand that there has to be communication before the play, or you're going to get burned. I always tell the story. Back in, I want to say it was 2007, we played the Patriots.
Yeah.
They played the week before. They played the Minnesota Vikings. They came out in 5 wide receivers and threw the ball 52 times. And at that time, in 2007, that was unheard of. For them to throw the ball that many times. So the whole week, we were activating defensive backs. We were putting in dime packages, just getting ready for extra coverage. What did they do on Monday Night Football? They came out in 3 tight ends, 2 running backs, and ran the ball for the first 2 drives and ran it right down our throat because we weren't prepared to stop the run. We were preparing just to stop the pass.
It was a snowball effect, and we're going to talk to Brandon Copeland about that here in our next segment. But the Patriots came out. They had the ball for about 9 minutes. It seemed like they had the ball for the entire first quarter. But the Jets had opportunities to get off the field, but the Patriots kept on converting early on 3rd down. I think at one point early in the second quarter, they were 5 of 7 on 3rd down and 1 of 1 on 4th down.
Yeah, and that has to be frustrating for your defense. And, as a team, I'm sure, listen, they got embarrassed. This was not the performance that they wanted to put out there on the field in front of the world. But when you go back and look at the film, Sam Darnold having 3 turnovers in the red zone. Well, at least you got down to the red zone. You get rid of those and maybe convert those to touchdowns, it's a different ball game. You look at defense. You get off the field on 3rd down. You prevent some of those long drives. The breakdowns in coverage get you off the field, get your offense another opportunity. So there's, as bad as it was, there's always something you can take out of that film and improve on. So I'm sure there's a lot of coaching going on right now.
Can we stop making declarations about Sam Darnold every time the guy picks up the football? Because, yes, he was fantastic against the Dallas Cowboys, but that doesn't automatically mean that he's going to Canton and going to join Kevin Mawae in the Hall of Fame. Equally said, on the other side of the spectrum, you can't be, we got to write this kid off because he had 5 turnovers against the Patriots and he was out of sorts.
No, you can't do that. In the NFL, I used to have coaches tell me you have to stay at an even keel, stay at the same page, because you're never as good as they say you are and you're never as bad as they say you are. So what you have to do is evaluate yourself, take the same approach every week, continue to chop wood and grind to get better and improve on your mistakes, because that's all you can really control is your play. And it's a what have you done for me lately league. Everyone forgets, they have amnesia about what happened in the past. All they care about is what you did on Sunday, and that's all that matters.
I know you didn't play the position. You were trying to mess with the quarterback during your heyday. But how much of a challenge is this for Adam Gase right now? Because Sam Darnold is a wonderful athlete, and he can make all the throws on the football field. With that being said, at times his athleticism will take over, and maybe he'll try to make a throw that just isn't there. No matter what his physical capabilities are, his feet might not be set, or he's throwing off the back foot.
Well, what we all have to understand is that this was Sam Darnold's 16th game starting as a quarterback, and he still has a lot of room to grow. He's a young player, and this is a great teaching moment right now. As hard of a pill as this game is to swallow, Sam has to go back and watch this film. It's gonna be torture sitting there watching yourself make these mistakes, but you have to watch the film and understand why you made these mistakes. What did they do to attack you? Because other teams, this is a copycat league. You're going to see these same blitzes.
Yeah, but
you're going to see these same coverages again.
But staying on that point, can you grow off of this? Because you're not going to see another defense like this probably over the final 10 games. And New England attacks you in so many different ways. Like when you're in Jacksonville this week, they're probably going to stick to their 4-man front, play coverage in the back.
Yeah, but what you do is you go back to the values, you go back to the fundamentals. Every play has to be communicated. The protection has to be communicated. You have to, as a quarterback, you have to have your feet set if you want to deliver the ball the right way. And Sam knows that. these are things that have got him to this level. You have to go back to your fundamentals and rely on those, because those are the things that will carry you through all the adversity and through the tough times. And the whole team has to really look themselves in the mirror and understand, we have to forget about this game. We have to learn from it, but we have another opponent coming up. We have a few games that we can get some things going and right the ship.
Yeah, and make no mistake, the Jets gave an honest assessment of what happened Monday night, the shutout loss to the New England Patriots. Adam Gase was the first one who addressed the media, and he said, we were brutal, and that was across the board, and he included himself in that mix.
Yeah, I mean, like my good friend Ray Lucas always says, you can't point the finger in these situations. You got to point the thumb. And you have to go back and evaluate, what could I have done better? And every man in that locker room has to go back and ask, was my preparation right? Was my play right? Did I execute? Did I do what the coaches asked me to do? And the coaches have to do the same thing. So this is really a time for the whole team, the whole organization, to look themselves in the mirror and ask, what can I do better than I did last week?
And I know people are looking at it and saying, we're 1-5, playoffs way out of reach, things like that. You don't think about that internally. You have to think about how you can get better each day and just get a victory, and hopefully it's this week against Jacksonville.
Absolutely. I mean, it's got to be one game at a time. And it's easy to look at the schedule. I mean, you have Jacksonville coming up. You have Miami. You have a couple of games that, you know what, we can win these games, but you can't do that. Well, you have to take it one game at a time, one play at a time, and continue just to try to get better each play, each game, because that's the only way that you're going to get wins.
All right, we're going to come right back with Brandon Copeland. You are listening to Inside the Jets on ESPN Radio.
Ernst & Young LLP is proud to be the exclusive professional business and accounting services sponsor of the New York Jets and MetLife Stadium. Teaming with them as the official sponsor of the EY Coaches Club. As a global leader in assurance, tax, transaction, and advisory services, the global network of EY firms has better connected consultants who help organizations navigate the transformative age by asking better questions to find answers to some of the world's toughest challenges, all to build a better working world for their people, clients, and communities.
We haven't seen a superstar like this in years.
You're not kidding, Bob. The people need to know about this standout.
Introducing this year's most sought-after rookie, the M&T Bank Jets debit card. New on the scene, this fantastic plastic stands 2.125 inches tall and weighs a lean 0.2 ounces. This small but mighty paying machine is sure to be charging through checkout lines all season long.
Hey Jets fans, get your hands on the exclusive Jets debit card with Easy Choice Checking. It's free from a monthly maintenance fee and free from a minimum balance requirement, leaving you free from worry.
You know, I have a feeling we're going to be seeing this powerhouse everywhere soon.
No doubt about it. I want one on my team.
So show your love for the Jets and save on fees today. Rush to any M&T Bank branch or mtb.com/Jets today. M&T Bank, the official community bank of your New York Jets. Other transaction and service fees, including insufficient funds and overdraft fees, may apply to this account. Member FDIC.
Every time you close your laptop, a Corona gets its lime. And every time your to-do list is to do one less thing, a Corona gets its lime. Every time you press pause. Every time you unwind or lose track of time, a Corona gets its lime. And every time your feet are up while the sun goes down, a Corona gets its lime. So drop a lime in and find your beach. Please drink responsibly. Corona Extra Beer, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Hey Jets fans, Costello's Ace Hardware is giving you the opportunity to win a VIP game day experience for two at the Jets versus Dolphins game on December 8th, and the chance to win a $100,000 home makeover if the Jets return a kickoff for a touchdown during the game. For your chance to win, text JETS to 88474 or visit nyjets.com/100K home makeover. This sweepstakes is supported by Bullfrog Spas, DAP Caulking and Foams, the Long Island Green Team, Jonathan Green, and Milwaukee Power Tools.
You're invited to Super Bowl 54 in beautiful Miami for a once-in-a-lifetime football experience from NFL On Location, the official hospitality partner of the NFL. You'll meet NFL alumni, enjoy exciting pregame parties, watch the action from the 50-yard line, and celebrate on the field after the game. For easy one-stop planning and access to hotels and travel, let NFL On Location plan your ultimate Super Bowl experience. Secure your official access and the best seats at Hard Rock Stadium today. Visit NFLOnLocation.com.
On game day, it takes an entire team to get the job done. Whether it's building the stadium, fixing the roads to get us here, or promoting economic development, the team we rely on is ELAC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative. They promote investments in infrastructure and construction to provide opportunities for developers, union contractors, and members of Operating Engineers Local 825. ELAC, building the infrastructure New Jersey and the Jets rely on.
Your 2019 Jets are built for action, just like the all-new 888 Casino. The fun never ends at 888. Top slots, live dealers, and big jackpots. Your ultimate online casino experience. Join today and get a $20 free bonus. No deposit needed. Play for real money anywhere in New Jersey at home or on the go. Go to 888casino.com on your iOS, Android, or PC to get your $20 free bonus now. JETS 888. Terms and conditions apply. Must be 21 and physically located in the state of New Jersey to gamble. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to Inside the Jets on ESPN Radio. Eric Allen alongside Eric Coleman. Our player guest segment is presented by M&T Bank, the official community bank of your New York Jets. Let's welcome in Jets outside linebacker Brandon Copeland.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Cope, great seeing you. We had a tremendous podcast. You can check that out on anywhere that's available right now. Apple Podcasts, NewYorkJets.com, all that stuff. Last week, now we got you on Inside the Jets. Were you guys off today? Because it's a Monday night game.
Yeah.
You got a game Sunday, short week. How does the schedule change?
Yeah, your Tuesday is generally the off day for players and stuff like that, but guys are, obviously it's a short week. Guys are in, working on their bodies, lifting, preparing, studying film, doing what you do as a pro. So
take us inside the locker room after the defeat to the Patriots. Adam Gase's message to you guys, and then the message amongst yourselves.
Yeah, I think, coming in clearly, as I told somebody, no one expects anything like that. So, the first thing from a message standpoint, is the season's not over. I mean, I know that that's not what people want to hear, but, you can either dwell in it, get your head down, be disgusted with yourself, and you should be, right? Like we definitely should be. We got kicked in the face yesterday, and not going to hide from it. However, if you weren't disgusted with yourself as a competitor, then you need to get out the locker room, right? Other than that, we got to move forward, right? We played the Jacksonville Jaguars this week. They don't care what happened Monday. On Sunday, guess what? I won't care what happened Monday, So it's about approaching this next day. One of the things my grandfather used to say is, he always talked about life and my head's above ground, I got a chance, right? So I wake up this morning, I'm smiling, I'm happy. I look my beautiful baby boy in his eyes, and guess what? I need to be the pro that I need to be today.
So, Brandon, going back and watching the film or even thinking about what happened last night, what are some of the teaching moments for the defense? Obviously, getting off the field on third down, there were some opportunities. Yeah. What other things could you learn as a defense?
Yeah, I mean, I think first and foremost, like you said, get off the field on third down. Extremely long drives that hurt us and took a toll on us by the end of the game, right? Like, you let these teams, you let Tom Brady have a 12, 14-play drive and continue to convert. We, as a defense, can't let that happen, right? Take everything else out of play, right? It doesn't matter what situation we're in. We can't let that happen. And then also, we pride ourselves on if there's sudden change, if a team is in the red zone, we got to make them kick field goals, right? I don't care you know, one of the things my college coach used to always say is, like, I don't care if you line the football up right there in the pond in the Schuylkill River. That was, you know, in Philadelphia. You know, put the football down and let's play. So as a defense, it doesn't matter where the ball is. We have to do a better job of getting them off the field.
You guys got to take care of your own side of the ball. And this week, it is the Jaguars. But on the other side of the ball, a lot of attention paid to the quarterback, and that's always going to be the case in the National Football League. Sam Darnold was great against the Cowboys, experienced a lot of struggles against the Patriots. Knowing him as you do, having that intimate knowledge of being in the locker room every day, how do you anticipate he'll respond to this adversity?
Yeah, I think that's the great thing about having a mentor like Josh McCown last year is now he knows how to attack this process, right? The great thing about Sam is he doesn't really pay too much attention to outside noise, right? Because, you know, you have people on him and monitoring him at all times. So, like last week, people are praising him, right? Mm-hmm. And now this week, people are shaming him, right? Good thing he doesn't pay attention to it. He just goes to work, and he's the same person, same player, same preparation-wise week in and week out. And so, you know, we reset. We believe in him. He believes in him. And, you know, I'm excited to see him bounce back this weekend.
So, after, you know, obviously when you come back to practice tomorrow, it's on to Jacksonville.
100%.
You know, you're playing against a young quarterback in Gardner Minshew who's, you know, he's an athletic. He's kind of a gunslinger. As a pass rusher, what is it like going against an athletic quarterback who can get out of the pocket and break the pocket with his legs?
Yeah, you have to be careful in your rush. You know, you can't get too high above him, and because as you get too high and you get out of your lane, that's when you create running lanes for him. I was watching film on him today, and you know that's exactly what the defense did against him, and he literally broke off a run for about 40-some yards and slid down untouched right through the middle of the defense. So, you know, you have to be careful in your rush, but you also, with that being said, it's an oxymoron, but you can't be too afraid where you end up stalling and not end up putting any pressure on him because you're just playing pity-pat with the offensive lineman trying to keep him in front of you. So, the thing about a scrambling quarterback, too, is sometimes they're so athletic and so able-bodied to get themselves out of sticky situations, and sometimes they'll run right into you. So, you know, you want to put him in positions where he's feeling pressure from all different angles and he's starting to try to move, and that's when we can take advantage and hopefully get that ball out.
Cope, I don't know if you know this, but Eric Coleman went to Washington State, so of course he had to get that Washington State quarterback in the mix here early during our interview. I think this game's going to be played in a phone booth. Leonard Fournette, 715 yards, number 2 leading rusher in the National Football League, averaging 5 yards a carry, has 5 carries of 20-plus yards, 3 carries of 40-plus yards. He looks more explosive than ever, Cope. But you guys are really stopping the run quite well. The Patriots, for everything they did to you offensively, 2.2 yards per carry. I know Michelle got in the end zone, 3 touchdowns on the ground, and you guys aren't going to like that.
Right.
But also, you guys are number 2 in the National Football League in terms of yards per carry at 3.3.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very much looking forward to the battle. It's old school football, so to speak. So it's going to be one of those games where you're gonna make sure your chin strap's buckled.
Oh yeah,
you're ready to go. You're gonna make sure you're staying low all week and keeping the right leverage. And when you do get a chance to tackle, you better bring your pads and run your feet, because if Fournette gets a chance to take your face off, he will. Right. I'm very much looking forward to it. But again, by stopping the run, we need to be able to put offenses in those third and long situations, and then that's when we really need to attack, and that's what we'll be working on all week. And you know, we all have things we can improve, and that's what we'll be working on.
Coach, this is one of those games, you know, as a defender, as a safety, that you used to look forward to. You know that there's a running back. You're gonna have a lot of attempts. You're gonna have to stop that run. You're gonna strap up your chin strap a little tighter, put some more air in your helmet, and it was gonna be a fun game because you knew it was gonna be physical. But how do you? I mean, what lessons? How do you continue to stop the run? How do you continue to be effective when you gave up plays in the pass game? Is it still like you put it on the back burner in practice, or is it still an emphasis on stopping the run, and then we have to figure out some things with the pass game?
No, I think you have to emphasize stopping the run first and foremost, because if you don't do that, then you're setting yourself up for a long, long day. I mean, yesterday was long. I'll be honest with you. It was a long night. However, if you can't stop the run, then, you're literally getting manhandled out there, pushed around, and all of that type of stuff. And that's a very, very disheartening day at the office. So once you stop the run, you emphasize that. We'll emphasize that as we always do. Once you stop the run, now you can make an offense one-dimensional. And then what's coming. Right?
Yeah.
We just have to do a better job of stopping what we know is coming, right? Limiting penalties, keeping people in front of us, all of this type of stuff, and also getting the quarterback down, right? Like, we have things we need to work on as a defense, and again, even all defenses, all offenses, we all have things we still need to work on. It's early in the season, it's the second quarter of the season. But, yeah.
To that point, where is the pass rush right now? Getting yourself back, you're getting your feet underneath you right now. Your reps are continuing to increase. That was your second game back. Jordan Jenkins missed a few games there early in the season. So you're getting healthier on the defensive side of the ball.
Right.
Brady is unique. He's perhaps the greatest of all time. The Patriots do such a good job of keeping everything outside. He manipulates that pocket with just little small steps to get that ball off. But I know the rush wasn't to where you guys would want it against the Patriots. Where do you think overall it is, and what are you looking forward to where it's going to go in terms of Jacksonville, Miami, and on?
Yeah, I think one of the things that is not taken into account when people talk about rush is how quickly the quarterbacks are getting the ball out of their hands, right? And I think we've broken down some of the games that we've played, and I haven't broken down last night's game or anything like that, but like out of, say, I'm just throwing out an arbitrary number, out of 40 passes, sometimes it's literally like 29 of those passes are out in 1.9 seconds.
I think there was a stat prior to last night's game, actually, that opposing quarterbacks were getting the ball out quicker against the Jets than any team in the National Football League.
Yeah, and I think they know us, our heart of our defense, Greg Williams, D coordinator, we're bringing pressure so that they're being coached on this week. Hey, let's get the ball out, right? But in 1.9 seconds, I mean, it's hard to get from here to here unblocked in 1.9 seconds, right? So one, that needs to be taken into account a bit more. However, as I tell the defense, as we tell the defense, hey, at the end of the day, if that's how quickly the ball is getting out there, then we better get there in 1.8, right?
All right, so we're just getting warmed up. You got a chance to stay for another segment?
I do.
Okay, that's what we're going to do because we got a lot of things to cover here with Brandon Copeland. We are here at Vanderbilt Sports and Spirits. You are listening to Inside the Jets on ESPN Radio.
Whether you're kicking back after a busy day or just kicking off a night out, join them at Vanderbilt Sports and Spirits located inside the Wyndham Hamilton Park Hotel in Florham Park, New Jersey. Sample all of your game day favorites from light snacks to locally sourced fare and enjoy a rotating selection of craft beers and local brews. Catch your favorite team on one of their 27 televisions. Challenge friends at a game of pool on 2 regulation-sized tables or gather around the fire pit on their outdoor patio. Visit Vanderbilt Sports and Spirits in Florham Park, New Jersey for your game day experience. Your 2019 Jets are built for action, just like the all-new 888 Casino. The fun never ends at 888. Top slots, live dealers, and big jackpots. Your ultimate online casino experience. Join today and get a $20 free bonus. No deposit needed. Play for real money anywhere in New Jersey at home or on the go. Go to 888casino.com on your iOS, Android, or PC to get your $20 free bonus now. JETS 888. Terms and conditions apply. Must be 21 and physically located in the state of New Jersey to gamble. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Ernst & Young LLP is proud to be the exclusive professional business and accounting services sponsor of the New York Jets and MetLife Stadium, teaming with them as the official sponsor of the EY Coaches Club. As a global leader in assurance, tax, transaction and advisory services, the global network of EY firms has better connected consultants who help organizations navigate the transformative age by asking better questions to find answers to some of the world's toughest challenges, all to build a better working world for their people, clients, and communities.
Career success is in your future with a degree from Centenary University. 98% of Centenary alumni are employed or in graduate school 9 months after graduation. Hit the ground running with internships and career-focused programs like criminal justice, data analytics, education, equine studies, and sports management. Generous scholarships and grants are available at Centenary University. They're committed to your success. Learn more at www.centenaryuniversity.edu.
An interesting creature inhabits the flat, arid plains of many an automobile dashboard, the bobblehead. It's most agreeable and will nod along to anything, despite having no brain function. But when the bobblehead hears how Geico not only saves people money, but also gives them access to licensed agents 24/7 online and over the phone, he'll nod even more vigorously because he knows you should switch. Because yes, switching to Geico is a no-brainer. Easy, bobblehead, easy. You're going to get whiplash.
Hi, football fans. This is Director Jared Maples with the New Jersey Office of Homeland Security and Preparedness. It's our mission to protect New Jersey with our federal, state, and local partners. Of course, nobody knows our communities better than the people who live there. That's where you can help. If you see something that you suspect is out of the ordinary, report it. Together, we can keep our state safe. Remember, if you see something, say something. To learn more about what to look for, visit njhomelandsecurity.gov.
Welcome back to Inside the Jets. We're broadcasting live from Vanderbilt Sports and Spirits inside the Wyndham Hamilton Park Hotel. Welcome back to Inside the Jets. We're broadcasting live from Vanderbilt Sports and Spirits inside the Wyndham Hamilton Park Hotel. Our player guest segment is presented by M&T Bank, the official community bank of your New York Jets. Brandon Copeland is and always has been a tremendous guest, so we are having him on for a second segment. Before we continue our conversation with Brandon, remember, Jets fans, you can stream Inside the Jets live through the Jets app presented by M&T Bank. Go to the App Store or Google Play now and search official New York Jets. And also, Jets Rewards members, don't forget to enter code STRONG. Don't forget to enter the code STRONG in your Jets Rewards portal during the show to earn 100 points. Okay, so Brandon, we were talking about the pass rush before. We were talking about you being back in the mix 2 games in. How does the body feel? How's it all coming back to you in terms of muscle memory and also getting back in the mix?
Yeah, it feels good, man. It feels really good. I think first and foremost, being out of the locker room and coming back in, you miss the brotherhood and the camaraderie of the guys, the jokes, the laughter, the preparing, and all of that type of stuff. So coming back in, you know, I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying every single moment of it. You know, the good, the bad, the Cowboys wins and the Patriots losses. I mean, it's you enjoy the process, so to speak, a bit more. So my body's feeling good. Obviously, a little banged up after yesterday, but that's part of the process. My legs are fresher than most guys on the field right now.
So can I ask, what were you doing? You know, obviously it was torture, you know, watching your teammates go out there and battle without you. But what kind of things were you doing for your body, mentally? You know, I know that you do a lot of stuff, you know, off the field with business. What were you doing to keep yourself in shape and mentally in shape?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, I actually broke my wrist. So I had to take I had 6 weeks of time to collect myself and get prepared for the comeback, so to speak. In the first 3 weeks, I actually had 2 pins hanging outside of my wrist. So they said you shouldn't sweat because it could get infected. Now, me being the hard-hitted individual I am, I still tried to find a way to run late at night and stuff like that when it was cooler out and all of that type of stuff, but just keeping my wind up. And then as soon as the cast came off, as soon as they pulled the pins out, I went to Florida. I was just training my tail off. I'm running, working, doing football drills, DB work, and all of that type of stuff, so that when I did come back, you know, I wouldn't miss a beat. And I think, you know, I would literally go out on the field in Florida and I'm walking through calls and I'm literally acting as if I'm just seeing a play action from Tom Brady or whatever. How am I busting out? What am I looking at? Where are my eyes? So To be quite honest, when I came back, I think the coaches were a bit surprised at the type of shape I was in, and then also how I just came back in ready to go.
For those folks who don't know, you were suspended the first 4 games of the season. Can you explain why you were suspended and also how that impacted you personally and what steps you're taking now?
Yeah.
Because obviously it's something that you never envisioned could ever happen to you throughout your NFL career.
Trust me. Yeah. So I was suspended for a performance-enhancing drug violation. Again, you see it across the ticker, you see it across ESPN, and you're just like, oh my gosh, this dude's been taking steroids for all these years. And literally in early June, late May, I got a letter from the NFL saying I failed a drug test. And I'm literally in my house just, to be quite honest with you, just cursing, screaming curse words like, this has to be a mistake. And so I literally, at that point in time, I took every supplement I was taking. I sent it off to a science laboratory. It cost me $745 per supplement. And they found the supplement that had the banned substance in it. Now, on this supplement, there nothing on the label that showed this banned substance. This substance actually isn't even in, like, doctors can't prescribe it or anything like that. So there's actually no way you can get it in the States. And before I took the supplement, I literally did everything I could. I checked it through the app that the NFL gives us to check supplements. Everything was fine. I sent a picture of the label to multiple nutritionists. They cleared me to take it and all that type of stuff, but literally it was simply a contaminated supplement. Yeah. The day after my suspension was announced, the company actually put on their website that they were changing their manufacturing company and all of that type of stuff. So currently we filed a lawsuit against them a couple Fridays ago, or maybe, a couple Fridays ago at this point. We filed a lawsuit against them. And, for me personally, there's a lot of things that I'm doing off the field. And I think besides that, this is my 7th year in the NFL. I've been practice squad. As I talked to the team when I told them about it, I'm like, listen, first and foremost, all of you know me, so I wouldn't try anything like this. But second of all, let's just have some common sense for a second. This is my 7th season in the NFL. I've been practice squad. My 2nd season in the NFL, I played for 2 weeks, practice squad, and got cut, sat out the rest of the season. Ever since then, I came and I've been active ever since then. I just came off my best season of my career. I've had a bunch of sacks. I'm having my brand new baby boy. I'm killing it off the field in financial literacy. Why now? Yeah. Like, it really just doesn't make sense, right? And they literally all just laugh, right? So, again, the people who know me, they know my heart, know I wouldn't try. However, the way I look at things, too, is everything happens for a reason. God doesn't make mistakes. There's something that's a bigger meaning, purpose, whether it was just to spend time. My son is 3 months old, so whether it's just to spend more time with him, I'm comfortable with that, right? And whatever the higher meaning, bigger purpose may be, maybe it's someone else learning from my mistakes or whatever, and I don't really see it as a mistake on my end. However,
What would your message be to the young guys coming up? Because obviously you're going to take supplements because you guys got to maintain a certain regimen to get your bodies ready to roll on Sundays.
Yeah. The hardest thing, to be quite honest with you, is I really can't give you any advice. Yeah. Like, that was one of my things, towards the NFL is like, what would you tell me to do differently, right? And if there's something that you would tell me to do differently, then I'll take full responsibility. Yeah. And I'd still take full responsibility. It was in my bodies, but like, what can you tell me? To check it through your NFL app. I did that, right? Check with nutritionists. I did that, right? Check the label, all of that type of stuff. I did that, right? Like, so the only thing you can really tell me is when I buy this supplement for $30-$40, send it to the science laboratory, pay $745 on every single supplement I take, and then, and then hope for the best at that point. So,
well, I'll tell you what.
Hopefully I don't get fined for that.
You found the silver lining in your cloud, bro, because Brandon, you just mentioned Bryson, 3 months old. What's it like being a dad, and how special is Bryson?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. I'm sure, as parents know, it's a beautiful thing for me personally and for for us all to see your motivation every single day. Like I tell people, I've been working for him since my junior year of high school. I've literally envisioned my son and my family, and these are the people I'm working for, and I'm working so hard for and tirelessly for. And so to wake up and see him squirming or smile or something like that, okay, yeah, there's nothing you could do that can throw me off on this journey that I'm on. And again, side note, I mean, you know, the things that women do, right? Like, one, y'all are amazing. I mean, it's literally ridiculous because, I mean, my wife is superwoman, and you know, I literally couldn't be here right now if she wasn't taking care of holding down the fort. But, you know, literally sitting in there from pregnancy to delivery, I'm thinking about it. You know, I had wrist surgery, and I've had pec surgery, wrist surgery, and knee surgery. And after all of those surgeries, don't talk to me, don't touch me, I'm eating fast food and all that stuff. You guys just had a surgery, and now you have to feed this this individual and get up and
now
carry
the work
him and all
starts.
that stuff. Yeah, and I'm like, this is amazing. So much respect to all the women out there.
Yeah, EA recently had a baby girl. You know, I have 3 myself, so to completely understand, we're really happy for you.
Thank you so much.
So you
trying
know,
to get some sleep.
Exactly.
Get a full night of sleep.
So you know, speaking on having your child, your son, you leaving the legacy. There's some things you're doing outside of football. You know, teaching financial literacy classes, doing some business ventures on your own.
Yeah.
How important is that to set yourself up outside of football?
I think it's very, very important. I mean, a lot of people think, you know, it's plan B is so distracting from plan A. And I'm like, one of the things that I did in my camp last year, not this past year, but the year before that, is I took went to Walmart and got a big brown paper, like literally from this wall to this wall. And I literally took spray paint and I drew on it like a timeline from 0 to 79 and a half, which is the average human lifespan. And I blacked out the years from 21 to 24 and a half. So I blacked out those years. I said, and literally made 2 campers hold it up. And they're looking at this big brown thing. They just see this little black piece in the middle. I'm like, look, this is the average NFL career right there, right? Don't tell me you
I was wondering where you're going with that.
Right? Like, don't tell me like you don't care about anything else. You're not interested in anything else. And I get it. We're in a finite moment, and we have to take every advantage of it. But me, instead of going home and playing video games, nothing wrong with it. I go home and my contractor sent me videos of a house that we're renovating right now, right? Like my co-professor sent me stuff about the class that we just got approved for this spring. We just got bumped it up from 30 students to 60 students in a new room and stuff like that. So again, my focus is just a bit different. These are my interests, and you know, to be quite honest with you, I've tried to turn them off, so to speak, right? I learned how to compartmentalize them. Where I'm on the football field, clearly last night in the middle of the game, I'm not thinking about a flip, right? Yeah. However, you know, trying to turn it off is harder than just letting it flow and letting it be.
So who are some of your mentors? Who taught you how to be interested in business and learn about your financial literacy and extend your money and your value? Who are some of the people?
And before you answer that, I do just want to add that this guy is the rarest of the rare. He went to Pennsylvania, yes, the Ivy League Penn, played there, and he's teaching financial literacy there. So, but go on, you know, he just asked you, Cope, about your mentors.
Yeah, no, there's been a bunch of great mentors. I've been blessed from that standpoint. I think some of the people that stick out to me, Rob Sims, he's a former Detroit Lion.
Yeah, I played with Rob.
You played with Rob?
Yep.
Yeah, so Rob Sims, him, Calvin Johnson, Megatron, they've started a locker room consulting group out in Michigan, but Rob was actually one of the first people to take me under his wing from a real estate standpoint and just drive me around and show me different things. Haloti Nada, Glover Quinn, Tahir Whitehead. I've just been fortunate to be in locker rooms. I've been in locker rooms with not knuckleheads, but some guys who, you know, they want to be young forever and do young things forever. But I've also been in locker rooms where I've had guys who I can look up to from football standpoint, preparation standpoint, but also the next thing that I look at, to be quite honest with you, family standpoint, the way they treat their wives, the way they treat their children, things that I can look up like, okay, I remember being in Detroit, you know, before I was married or anything like that, and looking at some of these guys and like, wow, like I want that. Like the way you respect your wife, the way you do this, I want this, right? And then the next step, how they handle business off the field and the things that they're doing, whether it's investing in ventures or starting their own gyms or real estate or whatever it may be. But I've just been blessed to be around the right people, and I've also just been blessed to have the mindset and the humbleness to listen and to take a car ride with Rob.
Well, listen to Brandon Copeland, because another outstanding appearance on Inside the Jets. He was also on the official Jets podcast. Check that out on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, NewYorkJets.com. Thanks so much for coming by. Good luck this weekend.
I appreciate
it.
We'll be right back. You are listening to Inside the Jets on ESPN Radio.
Ernst & Young LLP is proud to be the exclusive professional business and accounting services sponsor of the New York Jets and MetLife Stadium. Teaming with them as the official sponsor of the EY Coaches Club. As a global leader in assurance, tax, transaction, and advisory services, the global network of EY firms has better connected consultants who help organizations navigate the transformative age by asking better questions to find answers to some of the world's toughest challenges, all to build a better working world for their people, clients, and communities.
This here is the story of Lawrence, who always wants to play pro football. His parents supported his love of the game, sent him to special camps, and then in college, pro scouts came to a bunch of games where Lawrence was playing the trumpet at halftime. Yeah, Lawrence was never that good at football, gave up by the time he got to college. But he also learned how Geico could save him a lot of money on car insurance, so he switched and saved. So, this here story has a happy ending after all.
Every time you close your laptop, a Corona gets its lime. And every time your to-do list is to do one less thing, a Corona gets its lime. Every time you press pause. Every time you unwind or lose track of time, a Corona gets its lime. And every time your feet are up while the sun goes down, a Corona gets its lime. So drop a lime in and find your beach. Please drink responsibly. Corona Extra Beer, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
We haven't seen a superstar like this in years.
You're not kidding, Bob. The people need to know about this standout.
Introducing this year's most sought-after rookie, the M&T Bank Jets Debit Card. New on the scene, this fantastic plastic stands 2.125 inches tall and weighs a lean 0.2 ounces. This small but mighty paying machine is sure to be charging through checkout lines all season long.
Hey Jets fans, get your hands on the exclusive Jets debit card with Easy Choice Checking. It's free from a monthly maintenance fee and free from a minimum balance requirement, leaving you free from worry.
You know, I have a feeling we're going to be seeing this powerhouse everywhere soon.
No doubt about it. I want one on my team.
So show your love for the Jets and save on fees today. Rush to any M&T Bank branch or mtb.com/Jets today. M&T Bank, the official community bank of your New York Jets. Other transaction and service fees, including insufficient funds and overdraft fees, may apply to this account. Member FDIC.
You're invited to Super Bowl 54 in beautiful Miami for a once-in-a-lifetime football experience from NFL On Location, the official hospitality partner of the NFL. You'll meet NFL alumni, enjoy exciting pregame parties, watch the action from the 50-yard line, and celebrate on the field after the game. For easy one-stop planning and access to hotels and travel, let NFL On Location plan your ultimate Super Bowl experience. Secure your official access and the best seats at Hard Rock Stadium today. Visit NFLOnLocation.com.
Whether you're kicking back after a busy day or just kicking off a night out, join them at Vanderbilt's Sports and Spirits, located inside the Wyndham Hamilton Park Hotel in Florham Park, New Jersey. Sample all of your game day favorites from light snacks to locally sourced fare and enjoy a rotating selection of craft beers and local brews. Catch your favorite team on one of their 27 televisions. Challenge friends at a game of pool on 2 regulation-sized tables or gather around the fire pit on their outdoor patio. Visit Vanderbilt's Sports and Spirits in Florham Park, New Jersey for your game day experience.
On game day, it takes an entire team to get the job done. Whether it's building the stadium, fixing the roads to get us here, or promoting economic development, the team we rely on is ELAC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative. They promote investments in infrastructure and construction to provide opportunities for developers, union contractors, and members of Operating Engineers Local 825. ELAC, building the infrastructure New Jersey and the Jets rely on.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Inside the Jets. We are broadcasting live from Vanderbilt Sports and Spirits inside the Wyndham Hamilton Park Hotel. Eric Allen alongside Eric Coleman. Inside the Jets is presented by EY, building a better working world. Tremendous double segment with Brandon Copeland. Last couple weeks, we have Steve McClendon on. These guys are just so good. We got to book them for the full hour.
Yeah, man, we got some great veterans on this team, some great leadership, and it was great to hear all the positive things Brandon Copeland has going on in his life and how he always puts a positive spin on everything, whether it be the New England game or going through adversity. You know, you got to keep that positive attitude.
You know, he had an interesting thing to say in terms of football. Quarterbacks against the Jets are getting that ball out quick. We always talk in terms of 3 seconds typically for a quarterback to release the football. A lot of times when you're playing Tom Brady, he's not waiting 3 seconds before that ball's out.
No, he's not. You know, he's getting it out quick to those running backs, to Edelman, to those short release valves, you know, when you're bringing pressure. And that has to be frustrating as a pass rusher.
Yeah.
You know, you can literally line up and he can snap the ball and get the ball off quicker with no one blocking you than you could, you know, as far as defeating your man in front of you. So, you know, you know who you're going against. You're playing against Greg Williams' defense. He's aggressive. He has a ton of talent on the defensive line. That's the strength of this defense. Got to get it out quick.
Okay, so give us a scouting report on who they're playing this week, because it is the Jacksonville Jaguars, and their quarterback went to Washington State, Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, Gardner Minshew is he's the first couple of weeks took the league by storm, filling in for Nick Foles. He's a very confident young man. You know, he's not the biggest quarterback, about 6 feet tall, very mobile. You know, he's not a Lamar Jackson, but he can hurt you with his feet. One of those quarterbacks that throws the ball with no conscience. You know, where he'll throw a couple of interceptions, but he'll make some great plays at the same time. Accurate passer. He comes from the air raid attack. And it's going to be important for the Jets to get those big fellas up in front of him and get pressure and get the hands up and knock down some passes.
They're about right in the middle of the National Football League in terms of sacks allowed, tied for 16. And it's not tied for 16 with 16 sacks allowed. And it's not just, as Brandon said, about sacks, but it is about disrupting the quarterback, getting off the field on third down, and also having those takeaways. You can have a game get out of control like it did against the Patriots when you turn the football over 5 times.
Yeah, you know, it really, you know, it takes away possessions from your offense. You know, also when you look offensively, not converting those red zone trips into points, I mean, those will kill you. You know, against the Patriots, you have to score touchdowns. You know, you have to keep them out when your team throws an interception or gets a turnover. The defense, doesn't matter where the ball was, like Brandon Copeland said, doesn't matter if it's in the lake, in the street.
Yep.
You have to go out there and play your defense, and you have to get your team off the field, hold them to a field goal. And so, you know, it works hand in hand. You know, offense has to convert, defense has to keep them off the board, special teams has to in the ball in the possession with the ball.
And that's the reason I brought up Jacksonville's sack total, because their offensive line, I don't think it's considered elite. I think they're playing relatively well, but this team is based on Leonard Fournette. If the Jets can contain him, hold him down, because he's going to get his carries, so that means Leonard Fournette's going to get his yards. If you can keep him to 3 yards a carry, not have those explosion runs, then you're going to have opportunities to get after the quarterback this weekend.
Absolutely. You know, you stop that run at the beginning of the drive, first and second down. You know, you put the opposing offense into a third down and long situation. That's when Greg Williams at his finest.
Yeah.
You know, that's when he's drawing up the blitzes.
Because this is not Tom Brady they're playing this week.
No, they're not. They're playing a young quarterback who hasn't seen this type of aggressive defense. And if they're able to stop the run, you make them play left-handed. You force them to make Gardner Minshew beat them. And the reason they've had success is because running the football, you have to honor the run. No safety wants to see Leonard Fournette running full speed because he's going to put a hurting on you. So you're going to inch closer and closer. And now you have to honor that play action. Now there's opportunities for shots down the field. So it's going to be important for the Jets to stop the run with the front seven and make them have some third down and long situations.
Conversely, if you're Adam Gase and you're that offensive coaching staff and you're in the lab, what kind of game plan are you putting together? I'm looking at stats, and the game is not just about stats alone, but Jacksonville's been very average in terms of rush defense this year, tied for 21st in the National Football League, about 117 yards per game. And while much didn't work right for you offensively against the New England Patriots, you know who looked good, who had a season high in terms of yards and average per rush? The guy we've been talking about, Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, Le'Veon Bell, it's going to be important to continue to feed him, to give him opportunities and make plays. He is the best player on the team. You know, he's the spark on offense. He's a workhorse. He does it all, from catching the ball to running to pass blocking. You have to feed him and give him opportunities. You know, just like it's important for the Jets to stop the run defensively, offensively it's important for them to establish the run, because that takes some of the pressure off of Sam Darnold, and it allows him opportunities to slow down that defensive line so he can stop, sit back, react, decipher who's going to be open and make those accurate passes with his feet set.
If the takeaway chart is neutral at the end of Sunday, I don't even have to go down to Jacksonville, watch the game, and be in the press box to tell you this. Give me the numbers and tell me what Leonard Fournette has, and tell me what Le'Veon Bell has, and I'll give you a winner. What do you think about that?
You're right about that.
Yep.
These two running backs are going to dictate who wins this game.
Yep.
You know, is it going to be Leonard Fournette on the ground, or is it going to be Le'Veon doing both? You know, running the football, catching the ball. They're going to be the key matchup this week, and it's going to be exciting to see them. But I'll tell you one thing, the Jets better block number 93.
Calais Campbell.
Oh, he's having a heck of a year. You know, he's one of the older guys. He's been in the league forever, but he's continued to dominate and disrupt offenses, and really a special talent.
And they're getting some production from that pass rusher out of Kentucky. That's Josh Allen.
Yeah. You know, a lot of guys, a lot of people, Jets fans, wanted the Jets to pick Josh Allen.
Yeah, it's interesting because we'll be able to see Quinnen Williams and Josh Allen on the field together.
Absolutely.
They won't be playing against each other, but they'll obviously be facing the respective offenses.
Yeah, I mean, and I know as every Jets fan is, they're excited to see Quinnen. You know, he's been disruptive since he got back healthy. You know, he's a very aggressive player, quick, strong. You know, I saw him throw around some Zach Martin against the Cowboys.
Yep.
And there's a play where he just threw him like a rag doll. And it's like, I knew Quinnen was athletic. I knew he was quick. I didn't realize how much force he had, how strong he was as a player.
So we'll have to see what happens Sunday in Jacksonville. Eric Coleman and myself will be back here at Vanderbilt Sports and Spirits next week. Thanks for listening to Inside the Jets.
Selective Insurance is people.